a friend of ours is moving to California in about a week. So, what do you do in that case? For your last night, of course, you take him out to go do karaoke. And
wait, what? No, that's not a given. I mean, come on.
Well, I don't know what
I'm just
kind of
messing
parallels we're living in, but
I don't know what kids do these days.
this is what happened when you're in your mid-30s.
Andy's answer is drunk Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's called Beerio Kart, and that's what I do.
That's it. That's it.
Mario Kart sounds amazing.
It's a lot of fun, actually. Also, super drunk.
But after the end of the night, I realized, some bands' songs that would have been really fun for us to try that I never occurred to me. I'm definitely going to make a note and try them next time. And that's pretty much anything from Stabbing Westward's Darkest Days album.
Oh.
Andy's on board for karaoke now.
Oh my god.
I listened to that on the way home after I had that thought.
That is my all-time favorite album.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I remember Brian telling me once that I think you introduced him to that band and you guys went and saw them together, but I didn't know it went to that extent.
Yeah, they're my favorite band of all time.
Oh wow, okay. Then yes, we will both do some duets.
I don't know about all that, but
he doesn't know about karaoke. He likes the band.
I would say I have no shame if I know the words even to something I hate. I'd have no problem doing it in that arena. So you can be my cheer section.
I feel like we got sort of the short end of the straw as a nation as far as karaoke goes, because if you go to overseas or whatever, they have private rooms you can have for all these different
Andy.
karaoke places and stuff, and I feel like that would be much
come
better.
to my world.
Yeah.
This is okay. It's obvious from that statement that you are not aware of K-Box.
What? No.
That is
Please.
where we went. It has been open for at least 6 years in Oakland.
Okay, is that a Korean pop?
Kind of, I think that's how it started. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's how they do it over there. They just have rooms,
but they have a large English song catalog as well. But yeah, it's private, party rooms. So
you're not singing in front of 68 drunk people you don't give a flying fuck about.
I mean, some people prefer that though, because they know these are strangers. I don't have to care what they think. I'm not going to see them in an hour, let alone the rest of my life.
Yeah, instead it's all your friends who are never going to let you hear the end of it if you fuck up terribly.
Right. But yeah, that's actually where we went on Saturday. That was the third or fourth time we've gone in a couple years.
I think I've been there at least twice with you.
At least twice, if not three, yeah.
What'd you sing, Brian?
Shit, what did I sing?
I have a very distinct memory, I think the first time we went, of you doing CeeLo Green.
Oh, I might have, yeah, that sounds like me, yeah.
Wait, Gnarls Barkley?
No, I think the Fuck You song, CeeLo.
Oh, I don't know that one.
I think remember... It's not too bad. I do remember trying to do some Will Smith songs. I think I might have did Getting Jiggy With It and Wild Wild West.
Good deal. Probably a Justin Timberlake with Sarah.
His songs intimidate me. I don't know if I can sing. I can't do his justice. I know that, so I'm afraid to touch him.
Please make just that little piece the quarter. I can't touch him. Can't do it justice. I don't touch him.
I think he also said, I can't do his little piece justice. I'm pretty sure that was said.
I'll have to run back the tape. I don't remember what I said and how bad it may have sounded. I will definitely flag that for later. Hello and welcome to another episode of Bry Guy and His Super Friends. I'm your host, Brian Labick. Joining me for this episode is Andy Stoles,
What's up, podcast people?
Josh Zorch,
Mr. Movie Sled here.
and Mike Bradley.
Hi.
Short, sweet, to the point. I like it. No, so look, I'll admit, scheduling has been a little bit difficult lately. That's why episodes are a little few and far between. We've been talking about maybe changes to the format, maybe recording different days, shorter episodes, all that kind of stuff is up in the air at the moment. So kind of forgive us in advance if the episodes don't come out as frequently or if we're constantly changing stuff up each time. We're just trying to see what works, doing some experiments behind the scenes. But if you're looking for other ways to follow us, lately Mike and I have been trying to stream some video games here and there. So we'll see if that catches on and if we can do that more often or get other people in there with us. But right now it's just the two of us kind of playing around. Gears 5 just came out. I wanted to play Gears 5, but then I realized I had not played Gears 4. So him and I are playing through the campaign of Gears 4 before jumping into Gears of War 5. So if you want to look for the stuff that we've done, I am on Mixer. I've been doing that. I don't have a nice setup like Mike. I've been just streaming through the console with Mixer because that's the easiest thing to do. But you can look me up, BryGuy2884 on Mixer. Mike is on Twitch as we're hoping you can find him as Darth Pool, all one word. But if not, search Darth Pooey with an I at the end.
Yeah, you have to look up Darth Pooey on Twitch.
And you should be able to find him. On YouTube, he is Darth Pool with a space in between. That's two words, Darth and Pool. So if you want to catch us live, I've been trying to tweet whenever we start streaming live if you want to tune in. Mike has been kind enough to try to take his stream from Twitch when we do it, edit it, and then put it up on YouTube. So our part 1 from Gears 4 is up on YouTube on his channel.
Part 2 coming soon.
Yeah, we've got, I think part 2 is probably still on his Twitch page. It should still be on my Mixer for a couple more days, maybe a week. Unless I try to edit something, which I haven't played around with yet. So we'll see if I get it up there to stay. And then he'll put that stuff on YouTube. Hopefully within the next couple days and within a week or something, we can try to get together to do that again. Do a part 3. I'm hoping part 3, it seems like we might be able to finish with 3 parts, right? You said you thought we were getting a little bit closer to the end?
I think we're right at the end of Act 3 right now. So
you said there were 5 acts?
Yeah. So
okay, so maybe 2/3.
Two more whole acts to go. I don't really remember if they're longer, shorter. Like, it's been so long since I played the campaign through.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
maybe
played
one
it
more show.
I
mean, we can sit down and do it in one sitting if you want to set aside the time for it, I'm sure. I don't know if it's a 2 or 3 hour thing or a 5 or 6 hour thing. I just don't know.
Right. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye. I've been tweeting on the Bright Guy Super Friends Twitter account whenever we try to go live. So follow us. Keep an eye out for that if you want to check us out. I don't know if we're interesting, but it's something to do. So if you're missing the podcast and want to hear us and sort of watch us play something, that's the best way to do it.
And for podcast listeners, there is a part that I discuss, I believe, in the first episode, where there's something discussed. I'm not going to tell you what, that you'll never hear on any podcast, clip show or anything like that because Brian decided to delete it. Which would have been the best ever moment on a clip show. Perhaps we can.
We'll fill you guys in later, Andy and Josh, after the fact.
Watch the YouTube video. I'm trying to get us views here. Josh and Andy will count as views. Come on, I'm trying to bait.
Josh isn't gonna sit down and watch us play video games. I guarantee you that.
Getting me to do it in person just to hang out with you would be a stretch.
Sort of teasing that the streaming thing, I would like to get more sort of have a Bright Guy Super Friends sort of streaming crew together. So I know between Mike and I think we can add, Andy now has Grand Theft Auto, which I plan to play with everybody. I want to do that. So I think we can get Andy on. Mike Romano has been on the podcast before, can play that with us too. We can add him to the group. I'm trying to think of past podcast guests. Leslie actually plays. She could get in there with us. So I'm hoping at some point we can organize that. I think it'd be a lot of fun to have 6 or 7 of us all play that game and stream it. I think that's when the random debauchery starts, and it's pretty fun. So again, just keep an eye out for that. I'll try to give a notice whenever we're going to try to do that. But keeping in line with hopefully trying to do a shorter runtime for the episode, we've only got a few things we're going to try to talk about today. All of them involve some casting news of some kind or another, which some of them are really old at this point, but we haven't officially talked about them. So now seemed like a good time as any to just come back to it and check it out. So we got some DC casting news to talk about. We're going to talk about James Gunn's Suicide Squad, some stuff around Matt Reeves' Batman movie. Those will probably be the bulk of the show. And then just this morning, we had some casting announcements for Jurassic World 3, which we'll put at the end. So kicking off with James Gunn's Suicide Squad. So we talked at length about all the crap that James Gunn went through over the last year or so between his firing and rehiring with Disney and all that stuff. But while that was going on, he took another directing gig, and that is for DC's Suicide Squad, which I think is a sequel. I think, like, based on the cast list, I'm saying sequel, but are we sure? Is this a reboot sequel? Does anyone know officially what this is being referred to as?
I'm not positive. I get the impression it's going to be a sequel without mentioning or relying on any actual events that happened in the first one.
Right.
Because
okay.
there are returning characters and actors from that
Right.
first one. So you can't ignore that. It would be stupid to bring those same people back if you were just trying to start all over.
And that's why I'm leaning towards sequel.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to continue any narrative. I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, events, consequences, nothing is going to be mentioned.
That's good, because there was pretty much all inconsequential stuff in the last movie.
Yeah, it's largely forgettable.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any, like, reasoning or plan behind anything that they're doing at this point with like the DC extended universe? We're getting a new Batman. We got another Joker that's not attached. They're gonna have people too confused to know what the hell side is up, anyways.
Especially, yeah, if like every other movie they make is not connected to this shared universe, but Suicide Squad kind of is, because all these characters, like, you know, some of these characters are returning
right
from the movie that was connected to all that stuff.
Right, but it kind of is, but then other things aren't, and it's only kind of connected. And then we have I'm just getting to the point of, like, just some of these movies intrigue me. Yeah, I'll still go watch them, but they're losing that connective tissue, I think, that is necessary to have that grand scale level of success.
Yeah. All right, so right now, James Gunn's movie, officially titled The Suicide Squad, to set it apart from Suicide Squad, is set to release on August 6th, 2021. So some of the cast are obvious, some have been rumored, others are a complete surprise to me. So I'm just going to go down this list and we'll talk about them. And I'm going to butcher some of these people's names. I know I am. But first up, we got Josh's boy, Dave Dismalchin.
Yes, knew about that one.
I think he was rumored for a while, so it's nice to see he's official.
Yep.
John Cena, which is a complete surprise to me. I didn't even think he was in talks, so that was surprising.
That's weird, because you can't see him. How's that going to work?
He's being the Invisible Man.
That would be a great little Easter egg, too, if they did it that way.
If I will say, if James Gunn was not in charge of this, I would kind of laugh at the inclusion of John Cena, because John Cena is one of those, for me personally, one of those people who made the, like, wrestling to acting transition, but I don't really care for him as an actor in anything he's done. But I mean, to each his own. He has done a variety of different things. So
I feel
if
like
they were trying to, like, he gets by, but I'm like, whether you did that or not, or like anyone could step into any role he's done.
Yeah.
So yeah, if like someone from Warner Brothers or DC had decided to pull John Cena in, I would view it very differently. But knowing it's in Gunn's hands, I see it a different way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it differently, I should say.
Yeah. I may be the only one of us that's excited about this, but Jai Courtney's coming back.
Okay, so I don't want to necessarily say what is your thing with Jai Courtney, because I don't know if that's the right, but kind of, what is your thing with Jai Courtney?
No, it's not even like all of his roles. It's specifically the Captain Boomerang role that he had in the first Suicide Squad. I thought was a very big bright spot of that movie.
Okay, fair.
I found him fucking hilarious in that movie.
I'll agree with you on that. But I would say it in a different way. I think that's a bright spot for Jai Courtney's career, because Everything else is Jai Courtney's career. So, Captain Boomerang was entertaining. Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely think it's his best role. It's the role that I most remember him from.
I
know he's been in a bunch of other stuff that I've seen, but
yeah,
he was in Spartacus.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch that one.
Season 1, yeah.
Season 1, yeah.
Who was he in season 1?
Blonde-haired guy.
The main guy's
helps.
his like best friend that he meets.
like the best friend of Spartacus.
He's another like slave gladiator.
Oh, okay.
It's like his training buddy and all that.
I can't, it's been so long I can't remember the name, but yeah, he was there.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before when we talked about Suicide Squad a couple weeks ago, maybe, but I've only watched that movie one time, and it was the one time I saw it in theaters when it was out, and I haven't seen it since. So I probably need to revisit at some point before the sequel comes out. But I mean, it sounds like we have time. This isn't going to be out till 2021. Yeah. So we got almost 2 whole years.
I'm with you. I haven't seen it again, and I still have nightmares about the Enchantress gyrating.
That just never goes away. That will be with you too.
I know. I'm shuddering right now. Oh God, I'm even doing the move.
Luckily, the webcam is just at your shoulders. We can't see you gyrating below
I'm getting jiggy down here.
Next on the list is Joaquin. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Joaquin.
Probably Joaquin.
Casio? Joaquin Casio?
Which
the only thing I know him from is he's the rapey general from Quantum of Solace.
Haven't seen that in a long, long time.
I think I know who it is. Okay.
The general guy that like has a history with the I can't even think of the Bond girl now in that movie.
Vesper.
No. That's
the other Bond girl.
Casino Royale. Quantum of Solace is somebody else.
I thought she was in both.
Vesper is not in Quantum of Solace.
She couldn't be.
It's been so long.
If you've seen Casino Royale, you know she...
Yeah, I thought that was in Quantum of Solace for some reason.
Right.
For some reason, I was putting that scene in Quantum of Solace. I don't know why.
This is what I'm doing. I'm looking at IMDb, struggling to think what her name is, and then I realized I'm looking at IMDb. I can look this up. It's Camille. Camille was the character in Quantum of Solace. It was Olga... Oh, Jesus. Why do I keep finding these names? Olga Kurilenko?
Yes, you said it right.
So yeah, it was the general that like killed her family or whatever, that she was out for revenge against him. That's the guy.
Okay.
That's in Suicide Squad. Another big name for me that I'm excited about, Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna actually be on screen.
I know. I wonder if it's just like a little cameo thing, or if he's gonna be in it.
Because he was his voice. No, he was like motion capture voice in Guardians, and then his little cameo got cut from Volume 2.
Yeah,
right.
Wonder Man, unfortunately.
Yeah. Next on the list, Joel Kinnaman is back. So I'm guessing he's returning as Rick Flag.
Yeah.
I will say I don't really know much about Joel Kinnaman, except he was the RoboCop reboot, right?
Which I didn't hate.
I didn't either. And then he was in the Altered Carbon show on Netflix that I watched. Yeah. I actually really dug that.
Yeah, I think he gets a bad rap. I don't even think he did a very bad. Like I thought he was fine in the first Suicide Squad too.
Yeah.
All right, next on the list, Mei Ling Ning. I don't know what. Apparently, she was in Wonder Woman.
Oh, really?
She's probably one of the Amazonians.
Yeah, Orena. So I'm guessing that's the name Amazonian.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's the only. I'm looking at her IMDb. That's the only thing I recognize from her list.
Yeah. She was just in a recent continuation of the Scorpion King franchise.
They're still doing that shit?
That's apparently a vibrant... Wow. Okay.
Yep. Next on the list, Flula Borg. Which I was like, who the fuck is that? That's the guy that was in Pitch Perfect 2 as one of the German acapella.
All right.
That's the only thing I know him from is that movie.
Oh, that is such a fun name.
Sean Gunn, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Juan Diego Boto, which I don't know who this person is either. It looks like a lot of Spanish movies or TV shows.
Okay.
Unsurprising.
Nothing that is familiar to me on his IMDb. Storm Reed, who I also am unfamiliar with.
So I just
Apparently
saw-
was in Wrinkle in Time.
Yes, that's where she's from. She was the main
Played Meg.
character. Yeah, she was the main little girl.
That's
Oh,
at least
okay,
3
okay.
names right now that you've said that I didn't know the gender of until you gave me a clue.
Oh.
Yeah, she's also in an HBO show that was on this summer that I'm just starting to watch called Euphoria. She
Okay.
plays Zendaya's character's little sister.
Okay.
On that show, I like it so far.
Next on the list, Pete Davidson from SNL.
That's a weird one.
That's
yeah,
random.
yeah. I'm still freaked out that he was dating Kate Beckinsale there for a while.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he and her were a thing. Can you even
Yeah.
see
You
it?
had your girl, Josh.
What the fuck?
What?
Wild card, bitches. Like,
Well, okay, then I have hope.
Right? Yeah.
Josh is gonna find Kate Beckinsale on Twitter right now.
Like, excuse me, Kate. I'm sorry. No offense, but what the hell?
to be fair, not many women have gotten better looking in their 30s than they were in their 20s.
Agreed.
It doesn't
on,
happen.
on her. On her,
Yeah,
at least.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't happen, but
Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on.
Next on the list, which again surprised me, which I am all for, Taika Waititi
yeah.
yeah.
is on the cast list.
Which this one interested me because I think out of anybody in here who might be like crossing the Marvel to DC tracks to come over to this project, or like any DC project, I feel he's probably like in the biggest limelight. He's had the most senior position of anybody.
Yeah.
That's evolved. I mean, other people, like some names we haven't mentioned yet, have obviously been involved in the MCU. But he acting as a, co-writer, producer, director, character actor, continuing a franchise coming up. This, I think, is one of the many in here that speaks to how much people must like James Gunn's work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know there's actors that we're talking about, like Nathan Fillion has been in multiple Gunn projects in the past.
Yeah.
And so he's like been along for the ride, but Taika doesn't need to do this. So there must be something that he just likes about what he was offered and likes James's work that he produces, that he says, I'm jumping on board. I can't wait to see what his capacity is.
Yeah. Alice Braga.
I only know her from Star Trek.
Predators.
Oh, is she in Star Trek?
Thought so. Wasn't she like the Borg Queen or something? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, that was wait. No, I don't know. Wait, I'm trying to scroll through her IMDb. I do not see Star
Nope.
Trek listed. You talking about First Contact?
Maybe?
Or that was the movie with the Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does not have that listed.
Okay, maybe I'm...
Josh was right with Predators.
She is a badass in Predators.
She was in I Am Legend.
Yep.
Which I'm guessing is the girl that Will Smith encounters in that movie, the only other person
Yeah.
that's in the movie opposite Will Smith.
Who the hell is that?
She was also in Elysium with Matt Damon.
Dug that. She's also in the Will It Ever Be Released New Mutants.
Let's not talk about that.
She's like the main doctor at the facility, the way that
I see that now. Yeah.
The previews were framing her. Yeah, she's like the main doctor that they're involved with, but who knows if we'll ever see that.
Yeah. Comedian / actor Steve Agee is listed in the cast, who had a role in Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He was one of the Ravengers.
I'm trying to see him. Oh my god, he's playing King Shark?
Is that what they have him listed as?
Yeah.
They actually have these castings up now, or is it?
Well, I was
still
trying not to
mostly
see who they were listed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, at least per IMDb, some of the character roles are listed.
When I had seen the list last, they actually hadn't had the roles listed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going off
who was there, like who was going to be
James
in it.
Gunn's tweet, which is the picture of all the names.
All right, I will hold off saying anything else like that.
No, that's fine. I did want to take the time to try to guess who these people were playing, but I also don't want to. I kind of want to be surprised and see who they end up being.
Oh, you know who this guy is, Steve Agee. So, yeah, in Guardians, at least 2, he's the guy who I think is the cook. That I think he asks, like, after they capture Rocket and Yondu, and they put the little suit on Groot and they're kicking him around. He's the guy with, like, the big goggles who says, like, can I smash him with a rock?
Yeah, I think that's the guy.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I think that's him.
Because I know he does have a couple speaking lines, so I think
yeah, he definitely
that's
does.
Right. Next one, Tanashi Kajizi? I don't know. I don't know why. Someone else needs to do names next time. I'm trying to look at her IMDb. Nothing on there looks familiar to me. It looks like a lot of TV series that she was a part of. I don't see any movies or anything that looks familiar. So she's a wild card. I don't know who she is. Daniela Melchior? Jesus Christ. It's going to be terrible. What is she a part of? Also looks like maybe some other Spanish TV shows. That's really about it. Where did I leave off? Peter Capaldi is next, so they got a Doctor Who alumni in there.
Yep,
that's pretty insane. I mean, because like in the first movie, ultimately, Viola Davis was almost the villain, if you will. Like everybody was a villain, but what was the other side? What was the conflict with, per se? So like I'm wondering like what capacity Capaldi is gonna serve, and I almost want him to turn out to be that.
Yeah, because other than like some of the people that are returning characters, we don't know if they're part of the team. We don't know if they're the bad guys for the team. We don't know where they fit into this story at all.
Right.
Next on the list, Julio Ruiz, who does not look familiar to me. Apparently is in SWAT on TV. Also a bunch of other TV series, Preacher. Which, I mean, he doesn't look familiar to me, and I don't watch any of these shows, so I have nothing to relate here. Next on the list, Jennifer Holland, who I believe is James Gunn's wife.
That's why her name's familiar. Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think she's been in other James Gunn things. She was in Brightburn.
Yep.
A lot of TV series credits. Cougar Town.
Was Brightburn a James Gunn thing?
He produced it. He didn't direct.
Okay.
His brothers wrote and directed, though.
Yeah.
The other Guns who aren't him or Sean.
Yeah.
It's and like then the
last
brothers.
Yes.
The last 4 for the cast list are all returning. Well, sorry, all except one of them. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong again. I was gonna say they're all returning characters. They are not. But they are more well-known names. Viola Davis is back.
Yeah.
Idris Elba is added to the cast. Margot Robbie's returning, and Michael Rooker is added.
Yeah, Rooker.
Are we assuming that Idris is going to play Deadshot?
That was what a lot of people were saying, that he is replacing Will Smith, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I think they confirmed that they want to leave that open just in case they can ever get Will Smith back.
Which I think is a smart move to do.
Probably.
Yeah. Recasting right away is, if they think there's a chance, leave it open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Idris's role in this is going to be fairly big or expanded or at least central and important to the proceedings, like to the overall plot or something, because given all the comments he made for years about being locked into his MCU deal, that he didn't really enjoy it, to like automatically agree to come back into it right away.
Could be a one and done for him. Like this is it.
It could be. Just I I mean, I think he's at the point where he can just do whatever he wants. So,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
if I'm assuming he wants to do this, and so therefore, it must be worthwhile.
I want to talk about the cast a little bit, but at the end of this, before we move on to the last thing, the one thing I want to do is I want to go over all these names again, and I'm going to ask everybody, will they survive the movie, yes or no?
Oh
So think
God.
about that.
Are you going to make a list and keep track for us?
That's why it's recorded. I don't actually have to write it down. It's going to be here. So just any standouts for you guys. What do you think of the cast?
Impressive.
It's a big list.
I'm excited for a couple of them at least.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of surprises for me. I did not see Nathan Fillion being attached to the cast. I thought that was a big win for me. Who else am I really excited about? Taika Waititi, obviously.
Yeah.
Capaldi surprised me.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
And even a lot of these people I'm unfamiliar with, I'm excited to see what they do, and I want them to win me over.
Yeah, because I'm presuming that the fact that he included these names on this publicity, he didn't, and like, no offense to some of these lesser known people, he didn't need to call them out.
Right.
He didn't need to give them that notoriety, that jump start. So they've got to be integral to some degree. Just having every possible minor character that might have a speaking role is not what they go for, I don't think. So yeah, to see what all these new people do, what they can bring to it, it's definitely a big open question.
Yeah. So Gunn's tweet, whenever he tweeted this out, the only thing he put with it that he typed out was "Don't get too attached."
Yeah, right.
And I feel like the one thing the first movie didn't do was that, like, this is the Suicide Squad. These people are expendable. And the one Suicide Squad member that I felt like died was the one we all expected to right off the bat, with the no-name guy that everyone already forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, the weird spider monkey Indian guy?
Yes. Yeah.
Adam Beach.
So I think with a cast like this means people are going to go. Like, I think there's just no shortage of people that he's going to throw at the fan. So just going down the list again. I'm going to make myself say all these names again. So I'm just going to get yes or no answers from everybody to see if we think they're going to survive till the end of the movie, or if you think they're going to get killed off somewhere over the course of the movie.
So yes is death.
Yes, yeah, yes is they are not surviving. They will be killed. Yes. Or wait, no, I'm looking at my notes. How the fuck did I phrase it?
Are they going to survive?
Just
A no
say,
would be
will
they
they
die.
survive?
A yes would be they survive.
Yes. Yes. Will they survive the movie? Yes or no? So
no,
if you want them,
no is death.
No is death. Yes, I had it backwards.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm confusing everyone already. All right, so first up, Dave DeSmalchin.
God,
Yes.
I hope so. He survives.
No.
Mike would.
I said
Mike, you
yes.
say yes? Andy says no.
No.
I'm going to say yes. I think he's one of the ones that I'm expecting to go, so therefore I'm going to say yes, that he is going to make it. Like at first glance, I'm like he's died in like mostly everything else he's been in, so I think they're going to switch it up and let him live this time.
I hope so. Some of his roles he's kind of turning into like a Sean Bean.
Oh yeah, for sure. John Cena, survive? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Because
Andy, I didn't hear what you
No.
said. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna say
Josh,
I'm
go ahead.
gonna say no because I think that's the head fake. It's John Cena.
Yeah.
Of course he's a big name. He's a wrestler. He's a this or that. He might make it a long time. It might be an important thing, but I think he goes.
Yeah. I am also going to say no. I think he goes. Jai Courtney, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Are you just saying that just to be different?
No.
The only thing that could have made that better is if you said it as a question.
I'm going to say yes. I think Jai Courtney makes it. He's another one I think people would expect him to die.
Especially
But I think he's
in a sequel, and he's only like one of 3 people coming back.
right. I think he makes it. Joaquin Casio. Casio. Yes or no?
No.
It doesn't help that we don't know who these people are or who they're playing, so
Yeah.
it's a 50-50 shot.
I'm gonna say he plays such an insignificant character that it's a yes.
No.
Yes, he makes it?
Yeah, he makes it because he's
Okay.
not really central to the movie.
Okay. Andy, are you basically killing everyone? I
yes.
feel like you said no for... I'm going to say no also. I don't know what to go with, but I'm just going with no. Nathan Fillion, yes or no?
No.
I just want Nathan Fillion to live, so I'm going to say
Yeah,
yes.
I'm saying yes too, out of hope.
I'm going to say no.
Andy's cast is just wiped out by the end of the movie.
They're called the Suicide Squad, man.
He's gonna wipe out everybody except him and Margot Robbie. Then he's gonna cast himself into the movie.
Oh.
There you go.
I mean, that's everyone's goal, I think. Joel Kinnaman, yes or no?
No.
I'm gonna say yes. I feel like he could be one of the small pieces of glue that kind of hold chapters of this together, even though he might not play a really important role in what happens.
I go the other way. I think he dies and gives one of the main characters kind of a revelation moment of, this guy wasn't one of us, wasn't doing this, but he died alongside us, and gives them that moment to maybe like make a turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Big surprise.
I think
I
think Gunn will kill him right in the beginning just so that we forget about the first movie.
Set the stage.
Hey, I'm from the... Oh, I'm dead.
I'm actually thinking more along the lines with Josh. I'm going to say yes. Next up, Mei Ling Ning.
No.
No.
I feel like most of the people I don't know, I'm going to say no. So I'm also going to say no.
No.
I feel like she's going to be random assassin number 4.
Flula Borg. Yes or no?
Random
God,
assassin
yes,
number 2.
Is that a yes or no for you, Mike?
It's a no. It's a hard no.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to go with Josh. I'm going to say yes too. Sean Gunn. Yes or no?
Sadly, I'm gonna say no, but I want it to be yes. Because Brian, I know you didn't see it, but the James Gunn produced, actually written and produced Belko Experiment. Spoilers. Sean does not make it, so I think he's gonna nix him off again.
I'm going to say no because I don't see James coming back to do another one.
Yes.
Oh,
You would.
Just had to find the right one.
Yep.
I'm also going to say no. Juan Diego Boto. Yes or no?
Random assassin number 3. No.
No.
Nope.
I think this is the first one we all agree on. I'm going to say no as well. Storm Reed.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes because she's a teenager.
Yes.
And
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Presuming, yes, I'm going on a bit of racial assumptions that she will be maybe Idris's daughter.
Okay.
Something like that, related family member of some kind.
What if she's Waller's daughter?
Yes.
Could be that too.
Everybody said yes, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying yes as well. So that's another one we agree on. Pete Davidson. Yes or no?
No.
Fuck no.
Yeah. Can we issue I don't care?
Yeah.
As an option?
I'm going no.
Be funny if they had his character die of a drug overdose. Just saying.
Oh Jesus. Dark.
Taika Waititi. Yes or no?
I'm only gonna say yes because I think it could be entertaining to give Taika a death scene.
That would be no.
So that would be no. He does not make it to the end.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm, that's one where I'm torn on saying yes and no. I'll go no. I'll say he dies.
I am also saying no. I think the only reason Taika signed on is to have an elaborate yet funny death scene in this.
That was the condition.
Yes.
Yeah, as much as I want to see him just be in everything at this point, I am also going to say no. Alice Braga, yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to say no. I'm going she gets cast as a villain.
Ooh,
Okay.
I would like that. That'd be a good turn.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. I'm going to say yes. I don't know why. I'm just going yes. Steve Agee, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
No.
I am also going to say no.
I see the cast list. That's why I'm saying yes.
Tanashi Kajizi.
Random
Yes or no?
assassin number 1.
So no.
But
I-
not all random assassins need to be killed off to make your point. So
I'm
gonna
saying
say
like
yes.
they're all gonna show up in one scene and get like mowed down like the Hand attacking Wolverine. Like it's
I'm going to say no.
Josh, did you say yes or no?
I said yes.
Okay. I'm going to say no. Daniela Melchior,
yes.
yes or no?
No.
No.
Mike, I think you're alone on this one. I'm going to say no too.
Again, it's because of the cast list. It's because I like the,
Peter Capaldi, yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes, but if he's playing if he's in a capacity that I'm hoping, I don't think he continues in the story. I think he survives, but he doesn't keep going.
Doesn't come back. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm also going to say yes.
Yeah, see, I'm going to be the odd one out this time. I'm going to say no. I like the bad guy theory for him, but I think he
Okay.
gets killed.
I was thinking of him more like maybe somebody working with Waller. Working for the government. You know, maybe the...
I mean, we've seen what Waller does to her co-workers in the last movie. She kills them all, so
well...
that could also be his fate.
No, still saying yes.
Julio Ruiz, yes or no?
No.
Nope.
50-50, Mike.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is or who he's playing, so yes. Why not? Let's let him live.
I'll go with Mike on this one. I'm going to say yes. Jennifer Holland, yes or no?
No.
No.
Nope.
I'm also going to say no. I think James Gunn might have fun killing his wife in a movie.
I think
Viola
he
Davis,
did in
yes or no?
Brightburn.
I think so too. Yeah.
Viola Davis?
Viola Davis, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes. I don't think you have a Suicide Squad. If they ever want to make another one, I don't think you have a Suicide Squad without Viola Davis. I think you need Amanda Waller. So I'm going to say yes. I think she needs to be in there if they're going to make more. If they are done with this one, she's dead. But
Agreed.
if they want to leave it open for possibly another one, I'm going to say yes. So I'm sticking with yes.
Okay.
I feel if the first one had been more solid, well received, coherent, all that, then it's possible that she could go at some point in this one and have the franchise continue. But given that that's not what happened, they need to re-solidify what she is.
Yeah.
So she can't be gone after this because you got to have somebody pulling the strings from behind.
Yeah. Idris Elba, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
See, I'm going with the one and done theory. I think this is it for him, so I'm going to say no. Margot Robbie, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like this is the most obvious one.
Yes.
They're not killing their bank there.
No. She's got another movie after this, so no.
Yeah.
Or wait, when does Birds of Prey come out before this?
Yeah, Birds of Prey is next year.
Okay.
Birds of Prey is in like 6 months.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have tons of sequels lined up for Harley Quinn, so she'll be around. Last but not least, Michael Rooker, yes or no?
I'm gonna say no, but again, I wish it was yes.
I'm gonna say no.
No.
I'm kind of putting this on what Mike said. I think that James Gunn will probably not come back for a sequel. So I think Rooker goes with James Gunn and is not going to be involved in a sequel if they do another one. So I'm going to say no as well.
I see this kind of happening where a lot of these bigger names drop very early in the movie, and that's why you see so many of them in here. It's going to be almost like a montage shot of like examples of other Suicide Squad members that have died, and you're going to get a good chuckle out of the random pop-up when Taika shows up, the random pop-up when it's Idris Elba, the random pop-up when it's Michael Rooker. Because
like Brad Pitt showing up in Deadpool.
Right.
See, I don't think you put these guys on the poster if that's just a random pop-up.
Are they on the poster? Is there a poster?
I consider this the poster.
Until there's actually a poster?
If they're using it as one of the earliest solid pieces of marketing for the film, and you don't do that unless you want to use it to entice people to get there. So regardless of what capacity the people serve, I think it could go either way. You could absolutely have happening what you're describing, but I could also see some of them playing much bigger parts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see at this point. Yeah.
2 years. 23 months.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
So now that we're done with that, I probably should have wrote down what everyone said for each character, because I kind of want to see what everyone's final tally looks like who survives your movie and who, how many people are gone, who's actually left, that kind of thing. But I am not on the ball, so we can't check that out. Anybody listening can keep track and let us know in the comments. Or we could always come back to it when we put the episode up and comment on the Facebook page what our final tallies are for our teams.
There we go.
See who's closest whenever said and done. Everything's said and done.
I left 10 alive. I just counted myself real quick. I don't know how many total there is, but I left 10 of them alive.
I don't know.
All right, any final thoughts for that, or we'll move on to Batman stuff? Nothing? All right.
Carry on.
So another DC property that is getting a reboot, this is officially a reboot, is Batman. So the era of Batfleck is over. Matt Reeves, who directed Cloverfield, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, is now tasked with directing the next Batman movie. So currently the film has a release date of June 25th, 2021. This is a month and a half before James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Ooh, okay.
Now that date could change. It's still, 2 years out, so we still got some time. So it's been so long since we recorded and talked about like geek news and headline stuff that way back on June 3rd, Matt Reeves confirmed Robert Pattinson will be the next Bruce Wayne Batman.
Did they say Bruce Wayne Batman, or did they just say Batman?
I mean, I'm assuming they go hand in hand.
Not always.
I don't know what else you do.
I think it's fair. I can't see them going with like a Batman Beyond at this point, or any of the people who like temporarily took the character for a couple of issues here or there.
The only thing official that I saw was Matt Reeves' tweet, which was a GIF of Robert Pattinson, and he put 3 bat emojis over top of it. That's it. That's your confirmation. So,
okay. Well, I was just
Mike's point, I guess. Yeah, that confirms Batman, but there's nothing in there about Bruce Wayne.
Right. I mean, I would assume the same thing, that they would stick to Bruce Wayne. But I just wanted to point that out, that it's possible that it goes a different route, and maybe you get, what was his name? Osriel?
Osriel, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when. I mean, yeah. Isn't that when Bane broke Batman's back? Osriel.
Yeah, that was Nightfall.
Took over. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's at least confirmed for Batman, so we'll see about Bruce Wayne. I'm assuming they go hand in hand.
It does. Yeah, you would. I mean, it makes sense.
But Mike and I sort of talked about this before. I was unsure if I wanted to bring it up because they're not confirmed. But there have been rumors, and I want to stress rumors, for additional cast members for this at this time. At the time
one's confirmed.
Which one's confirmed?
Jeffrey Wright.
Can you point me to a source? Because I didn't see anything that said that they were confirmed.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I seen it listed as confirmed.
Because,
but
yeah, I kind of want to not that I don't believe you. I just want to. I'd like to check sources.
Okay,
because
we'll say
a lot of
speculated
places,
then for now, because I'm not.
A lot of places headlines read this person is cast, and then you read the article and it says they are in talks to play, and nothing has been confirmed. I need something from like WB or a tweet from the director, or something in official lines for that. But that's one we're going to talk about anyway. Jeffrey Wright has been rumored to play Commissioner Gordon. The other one that has been talked about is Jonah Hill, and he's been rumored to play all kinds of characters, from the Penguin, the Riddler, Mad Hatter. Mike was talking to me about Calendar Man.
Yeah, so somebody, I heard a story mentioned on Fat Man Beyond that this, even though it's just being called The Batman, the story itself basically might be The Long Halloween.
And that, when Mike and I were talking about this, when we were texting about it, that's what Mike is hoping for.
That would be a really good story.
From Yahoo Entertainment has it listed as the only 2 confirmed roles are Jeffrey Wright and Robert Pattinson.
Okay. Yeah, would that happen today? Because I must have missed it if it was today.
Yes.
I thought as of yesterday that was a rumor.
That's an article from today.
Okay.
But they're listing them as the only 2 confirmed. So I'd say we're fairly safe to say confirmed at this point, but not 100% until a more concrete.
Yeah, I think
source
Jonah Hill's
comes
still
forward.
up in the air for me.
Yeah, Jonah Hill's still up in the air. But go ahead. Sorry,
okay.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. This is what happens when we try to cover the news. Stuff changes all the time.
Yeah.
So let's just start with Pattinson. Thoughts on him as Batman?
I mean,
I'm okay with it.
Here's the thing. I've heard a lot of people tell me I need to watch other movies he's been in, because if like the only things I have to go on are Twilight, and that's like why I didn't watch anything else he's been in. That's like the reason I didn't bother seeing the other things. So
yeah, I think if that's your only frame of reference, I think that's probably not the best.
I mean, he was in Harry Potter.
Yeah, but he wasn't a lead role of any sort. It was like he was there and he was.
But it's not Twilight, I think is the point.
No, that's true.
I don't know. You see him quite a bit. I mean, he's one of the
Triwizard champions.
Right. So he is in it quite a bit. Pretty key role at the end there too, or should I say a port key role? Oh.
Wow.
Because I feel like if Mike, if you're going into this expecting some sort of Twilight into your Batman, I think you're going into it with the right.
My concern was
mindset.
we already had emo Joker. I don't necessarily want an emo Batman, and I feel like he could drag the role in that.
See, I don't see that tone playing at all.
I see him in that light. I don't see.
You don't want to.
Sure.
You don't want to glitter Batman.
They did that in Lego Batman, didn't they? Or like some sort of sparkly suit. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up.
Oh,
I think you're
sparkly
right.
suit. Okay, wait. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he has one of the lead roles in Christopher Nolan's next movie that's going to be out next summer. So I mean, maybe if you catch that, I know it's a ways away. It's like next July, but
Yeah.
That might be a good example of something to give you a different foundation to go on.
I mean, I can see the role working. I can also see it tanking.
I feel like he needs to beef up a little bit. Although, I mean, Michael Keaton isn't exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think you can fix that with the suit.
Yeah, the suit can do it.
Well, the standard that I think they set with Christian Bale especially was it no longer seemed silly that the shape that you're seeing in the suit is not mostly the person in the suit. That it's not just padding and rubber. Like, they're not trying to fool you like, oh, this much smaller physiqued person is in a suit that's obviously much larger than they really are.
Yeah.
So I think that it's got to fit somewhat. I mean, even Affleck, for his stature, you believed like, okay, those are his arms, and then maybe a bit of padding tactically, because if you were still putting that thing on, you would want it to be functional and serve a purpose. But you're right, like Michael Keaton, you do not think of that person, and then in a costume, it just doesn't mesh as well. So I don't know. I'm not as worried about this as I think a lot of people have debated it. I think especially because he's now, I mean, he's like our age. He's in his like mid-30s.
Yeah.
So I think that Bruce Wayne, especially that Batman that's maybe been at the game for a couple of years now, maybe 10 at the most, I don't know. I think it could work. I really do.
I think he'll be a better Bruce Wayne than he will be a Batman. I could see him being the, silver spoon-fed tycoon, no wants, no cares. I could see him doing that very well. I'm a little suspicious about the Batman aspect of it.
I mean, what I'll say on
Touché.
that is, like, I agree he could definitely put on some pounds, but I've seen what other actors have done for other roles, and it still can be done where he could build himself up to be physically imposing. It's just
right, and
he's got
that's
some
all I
work to
think
do
he needs.
if he's going to get there.
Yeah, like I don't think he needs like Chris Hemsworth arms, and I don't think you necessarily need a shirtless workout montage or anything. But I think what you said is good. Like as Bruce Wayne, he has to somewhat be physically imposing, so that when he's in the suit, you just expect this is this person executing themselves in this particular way.
Yeah,
because if they're very diminutive as Bruce Wayne, it's going to be much harder to buy it as Batman.
Right. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what he does and how it goes between now and then. But I'm not as negative about this as I perhaps was originally hearing about it.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of people I think are going with the headlines of Twilight actor cast as Batman and then throwing a shit fit.
Sure.
Which granted, I can't speak to, I haven't seen really much of his other roles or anything like that. So, but I know he's been taking a very dramatic turn, and I think he's been getting a lot of notoriety for that. So I think he's, at least in my mind, I feel like he's shed that image of the Twilight-y stuff enough that I think you can give him the benefit of the doubt here. I don't think Matt Reeves would cast him if it wasn't going to work for whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you deliver movies like Cloverfield and those two Planet of the Apes movies and not have an idea how to cast people.
And I don't think, I mean, the Batman voice may make or break it for me, but I think they could get away with that with the electronic Batman voice that Ben Affleck did. I think that's the get out of jail free card for whoever plays Batman.
And it doesn't make any damn sense.
What doesn't make sense? The voice box?
The Batman one. I don't know. I didn't like the voice box thing as compared to just Batman.
I like that a lot better than Christian Bale trying to breathe and talk at the same time.
I agree. I think it's a way to integrate it into what that person would do to make something tactical, as a way to further conceal their identity.
Yes. Yeah. It's a means to an end. It's another tool or gadget in Batman's arsenal.
I only hope that one of the special features on the DVD after this movie comes out is that you actually get to see his audition for this role.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Like let's see why you thought Twinkle Vampire Guy would be a great Batman.
I mean, that's something like poor Robert Pattinson. Like, it has been 7 years since the last Twilight movie. Like, that thing has been done. It's been over for 7 years. It will be 9 years by the time this movie comes out.
I mean,
since Twilight is done, and the poor guy just can't get away from that.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Daniel Radcliffe will ever get away from Harry Potter?
Getting away from and forever having a negative connotation, associated with it. You know, nobody's just calling out, oh, Robert Pattinson, right. He was in the vampire movies. He was the vampire guy, right? That's how people would talk about Daniel Radcliffe. Like, hey, he was the Harry Potter, all right. No, they're like, that
You're
goddamn
Harry
glittery
Potter.
vampire.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, and they look at Daniel Radcliffe and they're just like, "You're Harry Potter," as opposed to
That too.
You know, he played Harry Potter. No, that is Harry Potter.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
he's in another movie, they're like, "Hey, Harry Potter's in that other movie."
Right, that's fair, but it's not as always like, oh, they cast Harry Potter in that? Well, that's automatically going to suck.
Yeah.
That's because Harry Potter didn't suck.
Right, and so that's the thing. Like, the poor guy, like, that's where he's coming
More
from.
to our point, Mike, he was in Harry Potter. Bring it back around
Oh, boom!
to that.
And the hammer comes down.
He wasn't playing Bruce Wayne in Harry Potter.
He was a very noble, good person.
In the terms of in terms of beloved all-time characters, Cedric Diggory and Bruce Wayne are in two different solar systems. It's not.
But he was a fierce friend. A fierce friend.
We just
Wow.
watched that over the weekend. That's literally what Dumbledore says.
All right, so I'm gonna, because I don't want to. I feel like we're gonna get bogged down in this, but
Okay.
I do like this casting. I'm curious to see. I want to see like a trailer. A trailer or something will do it for me. I think one way or the other.
Yeah.
Get me excited or not.
If they get
well,
I
back
don't know
I
when
mean,
we'll get it, but
I got excited for the original Suicide Squad from the trailer, so
well, that's true. That's true.
I will be happy if they get back to legitimate teaser trailers, and where I think the era of actual teaser trailers ended was The Dark Knight. The first teaser trailer that was put out that was mainly just black screen with voiceover clips and then part of the Joker's words and a laugh, and then all you got was like a title and a date. That's like the last time I can clearly remember, a good 30 to 45 second trailer coming out and being even utilized that way anymore. And it was
Yeah.
really freaking effective.
Yeah, at this point, I think if you want like a teaser trailer, I think you need to watch the teaser for the trailer.
Yeah, the commercial
That they always
announcing the
do.
trailer's coming,
Yeah,
which is ridiculous. Like, if they did something like that for this, if in a couple of months, yeah, they strung something together. Because, I mean, at this point, I would doubt, like, principal photography probably didn't even start.
no,
So what-
not if they're still rounding out the cast.
Yeah, so once they actually get up and get started, if there was any short thing they could clip together, to just string the carrot, then I think that could be really effective to sway opinion.
Very quickly, thoughts on Jeffrey Wright for Commissioner Gordon?
I think it's good. I'm just not getting attached because I think we all thought we were going to get a lot more out of
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, and he never got a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm very unfamiliar with Jeffrey Wright, but let me see if I get this right. Was he in Casino Royale? He was the American guy who put up
Felix.
the money for Bond to do the poker game, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Felix Leiter.
I did like him, actually, so I am a little... Does he have a role, or we just know he's in it? Oh, no.
He's supposed to be Commissioner
That's
Gordon.
right. I like it, actually. I think he would do a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, I support this casting 100%. I like that one a
Yeah,
lot.
his work on Westworld impressed me, so I was.
I still need to watch that. It's really good.
For just quickly for the possibility of Jonah Hill joining. One, do you like that idea? And two, best guess on what character he could be playing if he joins.
Well, Brian and I discussed this previously, and you guys talked about it earlier with the Long Halloween, that I want to see him be Calendar Man. That would be my dream result out of all this, is they do the Long Halloween, they make him Calendar Man, and that would make my day. My interest in the movie would go from, we'll see how they do, to 110% if they announced that he was going to be Calendar Man. So, I know the speculation is, Penguin and Riddler, and I'm like,
The Riddler could be interesting because it's a casting that I would not have conceived on my own, so therefore I'm thrown by it. And I don't want it to be, but at the same time, I don't want it to be anyone I've seen before.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I would like so the idea of
no villain character from another movie.
basically, yeah, or even that
Okay.
I'm vaguely familiar with. It's been years since I read The Long Halloween the one time that I did, so like something like Calendar Man, if that's the direction that they're going, like something that's just out of left field, I'd love it.
Is that
Let
the villain?
them invent something new.
We don't know.
Is that the villain in The Long Halloween?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
unfamiliar with that Batman story, so
You need to read it. You need to read it. It's a graphic novel only.
okay.
It's a one shot.
I think it would be a good either Mad Hatter or Clayface.
I like both of those too. I'd love to see those come to the big screen. I think Clayface depends on how much of a grounded version of Batman we're getting here. Because Clayface is one of those Batman villains that steps out of the natural and into the supernatural.
Yeah,
Like,
Almost works best in animation.
it's like the when they did the Sandman in Spider-Man 3 for me.
Oh,
Mm.
barf.
Well, yeah. It would be, it'd be
Animation's
too
a lot
difficult
better
to
now,
stay in the movie.
but yeah, I like the story of Clayface. I like what the animated series did with him and everything. But in live action with grounding the universe, I don't think it's a thing they'll do. But it would be cool.
I actually think that my top pick, and Mike and I talked about this, I'd actually go for the Riddler. I think the Riddler could be cool. I think we need a different, like the Schumacher Batman Forever with Jim Carrey Riddler is so campy and over the top. I think we need a different spin on the Riddler, which if you played the Batman Arkham games, it's a lot more grounded and calculated Riddler. And some of the games present the Riddler trapping Batman in Saw-like puzzles, where he's like torture chambers where he's stuck in and he has to solve a riddle to get out. I'd like to see something like that. I think Jonah Hill could play that pretty well.
Spoiler alert, they're not necessarily Saw-like. I'm pretty sure Brian's never watched Saw.
Yeah.
But they're a lot friendlier than Saw traps.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, they're still they still torture and kill a bunch of people. He kills a bunch of people in those rooms, doesn't he? In the game? I thought Batman shows up and there's like bodies and shit in there.
Not in all of them.
Okay, so maybe some of them.
But they're
Important
still
distinction to
not.
make.
They're still not Saw traps. Like it's very mild, like electrocuted them with an electric floor, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Not-
the movies are a lot more extreme than what
Not bifurcated and skinned them. Like it's not.
So maybe a PG rated Saw room
Yes.
for Batman. That's the only thing I can think of with like elaborate traps laid out was something like that. But
Gotcha.
anyway, so that's my take. That's what I'd like to see. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see if something official comes out one way or the other, whether he drops out or if he actually if they announce him as part of the cast. I'm curious if they will actually announce who he's playing or just say, "Yep, he's part of the cast now," and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. All right, last one we'll try to cover quickly. About 2 weeks ago now, I think, Colin. Okay, so is it Trevorrow or Trevorrow? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Does anyone know one way or the other what it's how
Tomato.
to correctly say it?
Nope.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow, which is the director of Jurassic World, teased there was a release of a short film that he directed. It was set 1 year following the events of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. The short film was titled Battle at Big Rock. It was released on FX after Jurassic World played on the network. Right after that, it was immediately made available online. You can check it out on YouTube. I did post it on our Facebook and Twitter pages, so you can check it out there. Yesterday, Trevorrow was at a screening for that short film, and he dropped some casting news for Jurassic World 3. So there's an announcement video that I found on Twitter, which I also shared on both our Twitter and Facebook pages, so you can check that out again. Not only does Trevorrow first confirm that Laura Dern is returning, she was actually on hand to walk out on stage and talk a little bit about it, but he also confirmed Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum would be returning as well, and all three of them will have quote-unquote major roles in the film. So I basically see this announcement as being universally praised, but I mean, what do you guys think of it? On board for this, like this?
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, there's one question that comes into my mind. Is there any like confirmation or of whether or not like Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are going to be in the next one?
I seen Pratt comment on the articles that these three were coming back, and he seemed to, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it seemed to hint that yes, we're all in this too, and it's going to be this major team up that everyone's been waiting for type of thing.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I didn't know whether or not this was going to be like somehow those two groups coming together or something.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere, something has to happen where they're all joining forces, I guess.
I mean, with the short film combined with this news, I went from uninterested, well, not uninterested, but a lot less interested in the next Jurassic World movie to sold.
Yeah.
More Ian Malcolm means more my ass in the seat. So
yeah, I think after Fallen Kingdom, I kind of walked out with a bad taste in my mouth. I have not watched that movie since the theater.
I have. It's still bad.
It did not. Yeah, it did not stick with me. I kind of feel like I should try to rewatch it just to see what I think, if it's changed at all. But I did not care for the way that movie was done. It just felt like it definitely felt like a middle piece. Like Jurassic World has a beginning. I feel like they're just setting Fallen Kingdom up to do whatever they want to do for part 3, and that's the important stuff. This middle act is just pointless and stupid. But I'm with Mike. I was getting hyped after watching the Battle at Big Rock short, and then this casting announcement sold a ticket. I'm there.
Yeah.
I think it was deliberate. Maybe if they...
Oh, for sure.
Well, I was going to say that they seem to... The way that all the reporting about his announcement was that they emphasized they will have major roles, because at least for me, one of my letdowns for Fallen Kingdom, which I didn't think was horrible. I thought it was like middle of the road. Like, it was a good C. Is what they did before was, oh my god, Jeff Goldblum's coming back, and he was present in the most minimal way.
Yeah, that's the part where Fallen Kingdom pissed me off the most, because you go in like, oh, Jeff Goldblum's, we got Ian Malcolm back in this one, and he's there for, 30 seconds at the start of the movie, and a minute.
His whole appearance is in the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, the entire thing.
You don't even have to see the movie. Just watch the trailer, and you see Ian Malcolm's part in the movie.
And...
Andy, I want to make sure you get in. What do you think?
I'm excited to see these three in the movie. I hope it's not like a nominal courtroom appearance 2-minute thing, like the second movie. If they do get in it and they do team up with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, I'm excited to see what they do with like the clashing of maybe interests or methodology on how to fix stuff would work out.
I can see I'm
excited to see the stuff that they had written many, many years ago compared to the characters they've written more recently, sort of like mingle, I guess.
Like for me, seeing those three come back and having this whole thing going on, I think the thing I hope for most is give me those moments to remember from this movie. Because I feel like even the first Jurassic World doesn't have those quotable, constantly memorable moments that pop back up every time I think about the movie. Whereas at least the first two Jurassic Park movies have that. Have lots of different things that always pop into my head when I think about them. And I like that about it. Give it those, I'm hoping we get good lines, we get good scenes that are much better than what we got in the last one.
Yeah, I'm hoping Trevorrow returning is a good sign. Now, keep in mind, he was sort of fired, depending on what you read from episode 9, and then he came back to Jurassic World. So I don't know how much of this he planned from the start, because he started orchestrating Jurassic World, which I'm guessing they sort of tried to plan a trilogy. So he's coming back to maybe threads and storylines that he might have started in Jurassic World, which I think is only going to be a good thing, letting him wrap this up. But I think he got a lot of flack for his, whatever the Book of Henry, I think was the name of the movie that he did after Jurassic World. I think got real shit reviews, and people were hammering him about that. And depending on who you talk to, conspiracy theory wise, a lot of people were citing that failure as part of the reason he got kicked off of Star Wars. So I don't know, depending on how you feel about his body of work, could get you excited or fearful for what Jurassic World 3 could be. But I think he knows how to do a Jurassic movie. I think Jurassic World proved that. Yeah. So I'm hoping this is a nice fit, and this ties up pretty nicely.
Did he do number 2?
He did not do number 2. It was J.A. Bayona, I think, was the director for number 2. Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking it had to be that guy's idea to make an Indoraptor. All the ridiculous things.
I don't know. It was Trevorrow's idea to have the Indominus Rex, which is still the
I don't mind that
stupidest
one.
effing thing to me.
Okay. So I
vividly remember Trevorrow after Jurassic World talking about where the franchise can go from there, and he talked about having dinosaurs up for auction to the highest bidder because the DNA becomes like open source, and then he talked about dinosaurs taking over the planet, both of which are now playing out. So they're still using, I feel like, his storylines and his ideas for all these movies. It's just someone else directing for that second one.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm thinking 2 was kind of a fluke, and Jurassic World 1 and 3 are the meat of what he wanted to do, and I think those are going to be what the better ones of that little trilogy.
Just the premise of this one that you get from the Battle at Big Rock thing, where dinosaurs have taken over the world. That's awesome. I want to see what this world is like now. But
yeah. All right, so yeah, we'll have to wait for a trailer. See, this is of course the one movie I did not look up a release date for and see when it was coming.
June 2021.
Okay.
It's like
Jesus. So that's right around Batman.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks before Batman.
So I didn't realize all 3 movies we covered are like 2 months apart.
2 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure we'll come back to these movies at some point between trailers and any other announcements that come up. We'll try to cover it. But that's all I got for this one. So if you guys are good, we'll tie this one off and call it a night.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. So that's it for us. We'll see what kind of stuff we come up for the next episode. Like I said, we're trying to play with the format and scheduling and topics and stuff, so we'll see what we do. In the meantime, keep an eye out for Mike and I trying to play some games. I'd like to try to get a bigger group, like I mentioned, to try to play some stuff, so keep an eye out for that as well. So that's it. As always, you can find us on Facebook, search Bry Guy and Super Friends. Go to facebook.com/Bry Guy Super Friends. You can send us questions, comments, topic suggestions, any of that stuff there. You can email us. I'll never check it, so I hope you don't. bryguysuperfriends@gmail.com. Or you can tweet us at BGSuperFriends on Twitter. That we will see. And on behalf of Andy, Mike, Josh, and myself, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next time.